Well, okay, what were your thoughts going into that final drive? Graham has the ball and a chance to win the game. What was going through your head?
Well, honestly, this is what's going through my head. That we've had two opportunities now. We were in that same spot at North Texas. We were in the same spot against South Alabama. And I told the guys at halftime that this was going to come down to the final possession, and it did. And it was, you just need to get over that hump. And that's what I was thinking. Let's get over that hump. You know, once we felt like 25-yard line was field goal range. Once we got into the field goal range, I said, Brian, let's take shots because we don't want to leave it in the kicker's hands. So the win with what it was, let's just take a shot. And we executed.
What happened on the extra point, the one that was on the 20-yard line? Was that a called fake?
No, it was a high snap. It was just a missed execution almost cost us. Got to fix that.
That first quarter that you had, I imagine you'd like to frame that one and play that back a few times because that was an awfully good first quarter.
I would. I mean, no mistakes. We executed, we went out. We were catching the ball, throwing the ball, we were blocking up front. And then we hit those walls, you know. How many times you see that in college football? A team jumps out early and then the momentum swings and you lose the lead. And you know, in those situations, and we've got a lot to learn around here about winning, but that's the killer instinct that you got to learn is you jump out early like that. You got to just keep that going.
But when you get tape like that, you know, I don't want to say a flawless first quarter, but it was awfully good. There's no question you got to use that as a constant positive reinforcement about how you're going to teach anyways, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot from that game every week that we point to and say, hey, when we execute, what we do pretty darn good.
Coach, how much did the windy conditions affect play and maybe change what strategy you had?
Not at all in the second half. I thought the wind died a little bit in the second half. I think it affected the play calling a little bit in the first half, but you know, not terribly. You just didn't want to take a deep shot. I don't think it affected the shallow or immediate throwing game, or just the deep ball.
Coach, this week, not a lot of penalties compared to other weeks. You say the team executed as better than before?
No, it's funny you say that. Actually, up to 2 games ago, we were the least penalized team in the country, and then we lost a little bit of focus the last couple of weeks. And you know, Coach Watson really worked hard with our DBs this week, keeping their hands low, you know, below the waist in their press coverage, and you know, it paid off. And so we didn't get some of those interference calls we had recently.
Kyle, you talk every week about these kids learning, and it's a process and trying to get to them. And then especially after last weekend, that was such a demoralizing loss. What does it say about them being out here and do what they did this game?
I think, Tom, that's the key is we didn't talk about it as a demoralizing loss. We talked about it as a missed opportunity, but look how close we're getting. Look how close we're getting. And we tried to, you know, despite the disappointment and whatnot, we tried to build on the positives of last week, and I think it carried over into the preparation. I said after Tuesday's practice, I thought that was one of the best ones we've had all year, especially offensively, and it showed tonight.
When you made that decision to defer the kickoff of the second half, what went through your mind when you did it? Was the win a large part of what you were going to do, or, you know, because obviously it paid off. Obviously,
I did want to. I wanted to win in the first quarter. All right, and so I got that. In the second half, you know, in a tie ball game, it's hard to give up possession. I could have taken a win in the fourth, but I chose to take the ball and he took the win in the fourth. And, you know, I live around here, and I know the deeper into the evening it goes, the wind tends to die down a little bit. And so that's what I was praying on, and that's kind of what happened.
Well, because you know you started off fast in the first, and then obviously you were able to score points immediately in the third quarter. So when you add those two things together, obviously, you know that.
Absolutely, the win in that regard did. I mean, I think most of the points were scored go in that direction.
Did you have a here we go again moment when they scored that rushing touchdown in the final 2 minutes?
A little bit, but I'd also seen a pretty good offense operating all day. I think tonight I had more of a, hey, we can do this. You know, minute 46, it's so funny. In our 2-minute drill this week, minute 45, 2 timeouts. We almost nailed it. That's what we worked in 4 different drives, and it came true tonight. Minute 46 with 2 timeouts. So I had confidence. We hadn't been making mistakes offensively. We've been executing. We've been running good routes. I thought like our receivers could get open against these guys, and Graham was being very efficient throwing the ball. So probably had a better feeling tonight.
I'd imagine that this game also, because it's another positive step, you can clearly see the progress, not just in the win-loss, but another clean game. And
I kept saying, it's hard to keep pointing to the positives when they don't manifest themselves in wins, and I know the fans get tired of hearing it, but you see it. I see them in the film room every day as we watch practice tape, as we watch game tape, and yeah, this is good. This is the surge of adrenaline we needed to keep that going and keep the, I say that, but this group, I'm proud of, the way they've stuck to it and kept their nose to the grindstone all season. And there hasn't been any letdown in terms of their work ethic and their commitment to us, so, but I also know it's important to have a night like tonight to kick off, the foundation for the future.
Yeah, even though you had those top losses, some of those top caliber opponents earlier in the season, do you feel that some of those losses, that you're able to build from those that have led up to this particular point, especially in the last 2 weeks?
I think so, just focusing on the day-to-day and keep getting better. And I talk to our players all the time, we're building a foundation. We're not trying to win a national championship right now. We're laying a foundation for the future. And I think we continue to do that as we continue to work hard and play with pride and play for each other and do all those great things.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.